with the Marvels claiming the title of the lowest-grossing film in the entire MCU and a waning interest in television events like Secret Invasion or Echo, fans have shifted their focus from questioning whether the MCU is failing to understanding the root cause of this perceived failure. There are numerous potential explanations, with one prominent factor being the overwhelming influx of content contributing to superhero fatigue. However, if we were to pinpoint a singular element that significantly impacted the MCU, it would be Disney's wholehearted embrace of the multiverse and its insignificant cameos. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness showcased the Marvel multiverse in its most pronounced form. The plot heavily emphasized the multiverse, providing writers with a rationale to incorporate numerous gimmick cameos, including Patrick Stewart's Charles Xavier and John Krasinski's Reed Richards. While it was initially enjoyable to witness these characters on the big screen, the excitement proved short-lived. Subsequently, it became apparent how inconsequential these cameos truly are. The original charm of the Marvel Cinematic Universe lay in the organic build-up of interconnected movies leading to major events like Avengers Endgame. However, the introduction of the multiverse now serves merely as a pretext to introduce fan-favorite characters who have minimal impact on the overarching franchise. While it might be appealing to see esteemed actors reprising their iconic roles, a closer examination reveals these were nothing more than superficial cameos, strategically included to elicit nostalgic cheers from an audience that Disney hopes prioritizes nostalgia over substantial storytelling. The multiverse of meaningless sacrifices. Even before Marvel fully embraced the multiverse concept, the popular Rick and Morty series highlighted the nihilistic pitfalls of storytelling across multiple dimensions. In the show, Rick's cynical outlook stems from his ability to traverse different dimensions, revealing that nothing truly holds significance. He could casually bring doom upon an entire Earth in one episode and fix things by jumping into a similar universe, replacing its original Rick Sanchez. Ironically, despite Disney enlisting Rick and Morty writers like Jeff Loveness for projects such as Quantumania, they seem to have overlooked the essential lesson conveyed by this unconventional animated series. In essence, when fans recognize that Marvel can resurrect deceased characters through multiverse manipulations akin to Rick Sanchez's antics, they become disenchanted with the inherent meaninglessness of it all. Why should the impactful deaths of characters like Green Goblin, Loki, and Kang carry weight when these characters can be revived whenever a writer takes the easy route? To put it differently, while the Loki series may have delivered a satisfying conclusion, its existence undermines the gravity of Loki's demise at the literal hands of Thanos every time we revisit Infinity War. Inconsistent character development. The Marvel Multiverse's introduction brought forth myriad versions of beloved characters, disrupting the carefully crafted character development that had been a hallmark of the MCU. While the idea of alternate realities can offer fresh perspectives, it also introduced challenges in maintaining a coherent and emotionally resonant narrative. For example, the events of Guardians of the Galaxy established a profound connection between Gamora and the other Guardians. However, the multiverse's introduction through Avengers Endgame led to a timeline where a past version of Gamora survives. This alternate Gamora had not undergone the same growth and experiences as her predecessor, altering the dynamics within the Guardians and diluting the emotional weight of her relationships. The inconsistent character development also affected newer additions to the MCU. For instance, the introduction of a multiversal Spider-Man brought forth different versions of Peter Parker, each with its own unique background and experiences. This made it challenging for audiences to connect deeply with any single iteration of the character, as their narratives were constantly in flux across the multiverse. In essence, the multiverse's impact on character development disrupted the organic evolution of the MCU's heroes, leaving fans with a sense of detachment and a diminished emotional investment in the characters they had grown to love. The multiverse and its confused storylines. Prepare for a surprising revelation. The MCU's global success, despite being rooted in Marvel Comics, stemmed from its deliberate departure from the source material. Unlike traditional comic storytelling, which often required dedicated readers to follow numerous books for extended periods to comprehend various crossovers and ongoing narratives, the MCU excelled in presenting stories that were entertaining and accessible, even to those unfamiliar with characters like Iron Man. However, Marvel took a turn by intensively focusing on the multiverse, inadvertently burdening potential fans with a tedious load of prerequisites. To fully appreciate Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, for instance, the average fan would need to have watched the original X-Men movies, the Agent Carter TV series, and even endure the regrettable single season of Inhumans. In a cosmic twist of fate, Marvel's attempt to cater to superfans led to a loss of the MCU's broad appeal, with the multiverse positioned as the primary culprit in what future historians might mark as the most significant fumble in cinematic history. To wrap it up, the MCU's multiverse obsession has left fans frustrated. The straightforward charm is lost, diluting Marvel's universal appeal. As we navigate this complex multiverse, the MCU stands at a crossroads. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments section down below. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more superhero insights.